changes. Let me tell you that I have reconsidered the charge on justification and added the sentence, justification is a defense of prosecution for any crime. That's reflected.
How are you wording that, Judge?
The body of the charge that we discussed will remain. I'm just adding the phrase in the beginning of the paragraph, justification is a defense of prosecution for any crime. And then it picks up a person is justified in. That's the only change. Of course, you'll have these. I'm not expecting to have time to look at them before we start this, but other than that, you'll have these. Anything else we need to take up before we bring them in?
So I want to look at those charges. We're going to have those come up before we start.
Yeah, I mean, but I wasn't going to take time.
I know, I just wanted to make sure I knew in case I wanted to reference a page number. I just wanted to make sure.
Well, he should be right behind.
That'd be fine. That's all. I just wanted to make sure.
You'll have, yes.
Well,
I thought I'd come on and see if there was anything else. Anything, Mr. Hood?
No, I would like to just read the language so I can refer to them, you know. Okay.
Y'all ready for me to bring them in?
yes, Your Honor.
See if they're ready. Good afternoon. Mr. Malden, you may proceed with your closing statement.
Whatever I get, I deserve. I can't blame nobody. Those were the first words spoken by the defendant after his surrender and capture on March 25th, 2011. We outlined exactly what his feeling was about what he'd done. Whatever I get, I deserve. I can't blame nobody. But from every point after that, he has blamed everybody else but himself for his actions. Throughout that process, and even in this court. We've been through a lot since this case began. We've heard 19 full days of testimony. You've heard from over 110 witnesses, some of which testified multiple times. There have been close to some 1,200 exhibits admitted into evidence for your consideration. And perhaps you can see now why, when I told you in my opening statement, that what I said then was just a preview. You understood that's what it was, of what was to come. I'm going to try to make it easier for you to do your jobs as jurors. Because as jurors in a criminal case like this, you are made by law to be the sole judges of two things. The law that the judge will give you in his charge, and the facts as testified to by each of the witnesses and through any exhibits or stipulations that have been admitted into evidence. And your job is to apply the law to the facts and to make your findings. And so in the time that I have to spend with you, I want to talk to you about both the law and about the facts. And I'm going to talk to you first about the law, and after the defendant concludes his remarks to you, I'm going to talk to you about the facts, about what those facts show and how they're applied. Let's look at the law. The judge will charge you on the law that you are to apply in this case, and he's going to tell you about a number of different legal concepts, and all of them are important, and you should listen to all of them. In fact, he is going to provide you, after he charges you, with a copy of all the jury instructions. And you will have that with you in the jury room. And at this time, though, I want to talk to you about 6 major legal concepts. All of them are important. But based on the time limitations I have, let me talk to you about 6 major legal concepts the judge is going to charge you on. The burden of proof, reasonable doubt. Evidence, 2 basic kinds of evidence. Credibility of the witnesses. Parties to a crime. The crime themselves, the crimes themselves. And lastly, the defenses raised by the defendant of alibi and justification. Let's look at each one of those. The judge is going to charge you on the burden of proof, and he's going to tell you that the state's required to prove the defendant's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. That's a burden that we have and we've had from the outset, and it's present in every single criminal case that's ever tried here or anywhere. And that's a burden we fully accept and have accepted from the outset. And you may have heard that term, reasonable doubt, but the judge will define it for you in this instance. And I expect him to tell you the state's not required to prove the defendant's guilt beyond all doubt or to a mathematical certainty. He's going to tell you reasonable doubt is just what it says. One based on common sense and reason. Common sense is important. When we went through that extensive voir dire process of the jury selection in Elbert County at the Elbert County Courthouse, and you were asked at that time, if you were selected as a juror, could you be fair and impartial and decide this case based on the law and the facts presented? That didn't mean you'd leave your common sense at home and outside this jury box and outside that jury room. Common sense is important, especially important in a criminal case, in every one that's ever tried. What's that saying? Common sense is that sense without which all sense is nonsense. And that's particularly important in each of these cases. Our basic job is give you a clear picture of what happens. It's like really filling out a puzzle. And in order to have a clear picture, there may be times in any criminal case where you don't have every single little piece there, but that doesn't mean, and the question is whether there is a clear picture of what happened on the date charged in the indictment. Burden of proof. The judge will charge you about the evidence, two basic kinds of evidence, and he'll tell you the evidence comes in a number of different forms, from witnesses and exhibits and stipulations, and he'll tell you that the opening statements of the parties and the closing arguments of the parties is not evidence. The indictment is not evidence. The plea is not guilty is not evidence. So there's two basic kinds of evidence: direct evidence and circumstantial evidence. And direct evidence is where a witness comes in and testifies to what they actually saw or heard, what they observed, and they talk about that. And that would be direct evidence. But there's also circumstantial evidence, and circumstantial evidence is where you take direct evidence, what a witness actually saw and heard, and from that, using your common sense and reason and the common experiences of your life, you infer another fact over here. In any of these cases, you have both direct evidence and circumstantial evidence, and you do in this case also. Evidence, two basic kinds, direct and circumstantial. The judge will tell you about credibility of witnesses, and he'll tell you that you are made the judges of credibility of witnesses, and it's up to you to decide who to believe and who not to believe, and what parts you're to believe and what not to believe. And in doing that, though, he's going to tell you about a number of different things that you would use in deciding about the credibility of the witnesses, and frankly, it's all based on your common experiences and what you do each and every day. You don't actually just intentionally or consciously size up what somebody tells you when somebody starts talking to you in the store or somewhere else that you're speaking to them. But you tend to start thinking about that. And the judge is going to list some things that you would consider in deciding the credibility of the witnesses, but it's the same sort of stuff that we use every day walking around and dealing with people and our interaction with people. You consider all the facts and circumstances of the case. What they're telling you in whole and how it compares to everything else that you're dealing with here. Their manner of testifying, the probability or improbability of their testimony, and the facts to which they testify. Their interest or lack of interest in the case, and how that may affect it, and how they come across. And the judge will tell you that the defendant, of course, has testified in this manner, and when he does, he became the same as any other witness. And his credibility is determined by you guys in the same manner. He'll talk to you a little bit about impeaching a witness to prove them unworthy of belief, and that's up to you to make that decision. And one of the primary ways of doing that is to disprove the facts to which they testify, particularly in light of all the facts and circumstances of the case when it's compared to what they actually said. Credibility of the witness. The fourth concept is parties to a crime. And he'll tell you that every party to a crime can be charged with and convicted of that crime. And a person is a party to a crime if they directly commit the crime themselves, or if they intentionally aid or abet or help or encourage or advise someone to commit a crime. You're the one who actually commits it, or you're the one who actually intentionally aids or abets, advises, helps, encourages someone else to commit a crime. It's really related, I would submit, really, to what happened to John Brooks and the four guys that were there with the defendant there. They all were in that together. They all knew what was going on. When it came to the guns in particular, though, simply because the defendant didn't have a handle on the gun right then. But those guys had the sawed-off shotgun and the handguns, and he picked up that green knife. In that circumstance there, he was in a party to those crimes at that time, as he directed them what to do at those different stages, parties to a crime. The crime themselves, the judge is going to define those for you, and you'll have them with you in the jury instructions. And there are 70 different crimes set forth in this bill of indictment, as you know, involving 5 different sets of crimes and 15 different victims, as you know. And the judge will define all of that. And let me tell you, he's going to tell you about the elements of different crimes that the state's required to prove, and you should note that those elements are outlined in each count of the indictment there. And the judge will define that for you as he goes through that. Okay? And I want to go over a few of these matters with you. Not every single crime, but let me go over this. You basically have in here malice murder and felony murder in regard to Kenneth Omari Wray and Officer Elmer Buddy Christian. You have malice murder against Officer Christian and 2 counts of felony murder. Felony murder during the commission of aggravated assault upon a peace officer with a deadly weapon, as well as felony murder during the commission of the crime of possession of a firearm by convicted felon. In regard to Omari Wray, you have malice murder as well as felony murder during the commission of the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, as well as felony murder during the commission of the possession of a firearm by convicted felon. Murder. By and large, there are no degrees of murder in Georgia. The judge will define these offenses for you. And there's basically 2 basic types of murder in Georgia: malice murder and felony murder. And the judge will charge them. Malice murder is where someone unlawfully and with malice aforethought causes the death of another human being. Unlawfully and with malice aforethought causes the death of another human being. The judge will tell you what malice is. And I expect him to tell you that legal malice is not necessarily ill will or hatred, but rather it's the unlawful intention to take someone's life without justification, excuse, or mitigation. Malice, aforethought, for the purpose of malice murder, isn't necessarily ill will or hatred. You may have ill will or hatred towards somebody at the time somebody commits an act that causes someone's death. That may be present. And I suggest to you and submit to you it's present in this case. But that is not what malice is for these purposes. Malice is the unlawful intention to take someone's life. The judge will talk to you about express malice and implied malice. And express malice is where somebody has, at the time they commit the act, they had that moment the deliberate intention to take someone's life. Express malice. He'll also talk to you about implied malice and how malice may be inferred, that unlawful intention may be inferred if under all the circumstances that show that the defendant, at the time he committed an act, had just an abandoned and malignant heart. In other words, at that time he had absolutely no concern for the consequences of his act at that time. And under those circumstances, malice may be implied. You can have both express and implied malice under those circumstances. And the judge will talk to you about intent. And he'll tell you while nobody can be presumed to act with criminal intent, that intent may be inferred from all the facts and circumstances of the case, from the words, acts, conduct, what all happened, that you may infer that at that time. The judge will tell you as well that under Georgia law, there's no requirement for premeditation. People wonder, was it premeditated or not? Some of the statements that we've heard in here indicates that his act, particularly in regard to officers, was premeditated. About what he wanted to do with an officer if he had a chance to make those officers in that department feel what it's like to lose one of their own. But that's not a requirement that that's shown. There's no requirement there be some planning made. The question is whether or not at the time the defendant committed the act, whether or not he had the intent, the malice, express or implied, to cause someone's death. The law will provide, and the judge will charge you, that intent can be formed instantly in the act committed. And that would be sufficient. It doesn't matter whether it happened in a second, a millisecond, 2 seconds, or longer for there to be murder. The judge will tell you about motive, and he'll tell you, people ask, what's the motive? And the judge will tell you under Georgia law, there's no requirement that the state prove what the motive was. You may have motive and evidence of motive in different cases, as you do here, but there's no requirement to prove or for folks to figure out to know exactly what the motive was. I will submit to you the evidence shows what the motive was in this case. Making sure he didn't go back to jail. Of taking out police officers. Exacting some revenge. But there's no requirement that the state prove motive. Malice murder. Malice murder. There's also another form of murder alleged in the indictment we indicated there, felony murder. And felony murder, it will be defined, as the judge will tell you, is where someone unlawfully and irrespective of malice causes the death of another human being during the commission of a felony. And the felonies alleged, I indicated to you. Buddy Christian, aggravated assault upon a peace officer with a deadly weapon and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. With Omari Wray, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. What that says is unlawfully and irrespective of malice. You cause the death of another human being during the commission of a felony. It doesn't matter whether you may have malice present or not. It doesn't matter. Irrespective of that. Did that death occur? Did they cause the death during the commission of that felony of aggravated assault at that time? Assaulting Buddy Christian with a deadly weapon. Knowing he was a police officer. Causing his death during his possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon against Omari Wray, shooting him. In possession of that firearm by a convicted felon on that day. Without him possessing it, that would have happened. Felony murder. Those are charged in the indictment. In addition, you have different charges of kidnapping that are there. You have a kidnapping in regard to John Brooks, a kidnapping with bodily injury action. You have basically a kidnapping in regard to Deborah Lumpkin, and you have a kidnapping in regard to each of those hostages there, in addition to a false imprisonment charge. And other charges too related to each one of them that you'll have with you in the jury room in the indictment and in the charges. Kidnapping. A lot of times folks think kidnapping is one where you basically take someone and hold them at ransom. That is not kidnapping under the law, and it's charged in the indictment. That is not kidnapping under Georgia law. It's basically where you abduct or steal away, hold somebody against their will. The judge will tell you that the movement required can be slight. It doesn't matter how much movement. It's not one you got to take somebody across state lines or 20 miles or 1 mile. It doesn't make any difference. The movement can be slight, and the judge will define that for you. It's not like a case where somebody takes somebody and takes them at ransom and holds them at ransom that we kind of commonly think about. You watch movies or you read books or whatever. So sometimes. In regard to the bodily injury, the judge will charge you about that too, and that can be slight as well. Whatever bodily injury. And if it occurred during the commission of that particular offense, even as John Brooks was escaping at that time, that would be sufficient for that bodily injury. And it would be authorized to return a verdict of kidnapping with bodily injury. You go through that. The crimes themselves. I want to cover with you murder, the different types, and I want to cover with you kidnapping. And let me mention one other thing. The other charges are in here, and time doesn't permit me to go through each and every different definition of a crime as we go through that. But some of these crimes, as the judge will define them for you, it indicates in some of the elements there that something can happen one way or another. And for the purpose of indictment, it was necessary under law for us to charge those together. Even though the statute provides and the judge's charge will use the word or when it comes to a particular element, in the indictment we had to put the word and. The judge will charge you, however, that either one is sufficient. Even though something may be charged in the conjunctive, we would not be required to prove both types, even though the evidence show that, both types. It could be either or. And I want to just make sure I pointed that out in some specific manner. Lastly, the judge is going to charge you about the defenses raised by this defendant. Alibi and justification. An alibi relates to what happened to Omari Wray. And basically the judge is going to tell you that alibi involves the impossibility of the defendant's presence at the scene of the crime. The impossibility of the defendant's presence at the scene of the crime. And the state's required to disprove that defense, of course. We can do that by all the facts and circumstances of the case. His statements, his words, his conduct, and other matters that came out during this trial. And I will note now, you may have wondered why it is that we pointed out yesterday when he testified and he talked about how on that day, he just happened to be on that day of December the 28th, 2010. He was playing Xbox, Madden on Xbox. And then watched the Eagles game. And then wound up going to a fast food restaurant. You notice he said repeatedly, I've got this stuff in reciprocal discovery. I've read everything. I know exactly what these people say. I know this case backward and forward. I know it one way or the other, and I know all these facts. State's Exhibit 1180. Where Jim Fullington and the other agent was running down leads about Omari Wray. After it happened, and you recall Chris Sanders was a potential suspect, a name that came out, and they were doing their job to follow up with each one of those folks because it's just as important to ensure you arrest the right person than it is to make sure you don't arrest the wrong person. And he wound up talking to Chris Sanders. And on the second page there, Chris Sanders, according to this summary, they went to P.T. Davis's house, as he and P.T. Davis were together. P.T. Davis's sister's house, and played Madden football on Xbox. Sanders and Davis watched Michael Vick play in the Philadelphia football game. The game started at approximately 8 o'clock. Later they went to Carl's on Lexington Road. I'll submit to you that alibi came from that document right there. Just so happened, he remembers he did the exact same thing. But the agents checked out and confirmed with P.T. Davis and Chris Sanders. And they verified their alibi, Chris Sanders' alibi on that day. Some idea. I don't know whether I don't remember reading that. I don't remember reading that. But it's contrary to any other statement he's made in this particular case. I would submit to you. The judge is going to charge you about justification. And I want to go over that with you, and I want to make sure that I'm very explicit about what I expect the judge to charge you on. And the judge is going to tell you about justification and self-defense. And we all recognize that. That is something that we all agree with. A person can use self-defense, can defend themselves, and they have a right to do that. The law is jealous, particularly when you use deadly force. The judge will charge you a person is justified in threatening or using force against another person when and to the extent that he reasonably believes that such force or threat of force is necessary to defend himself or a third person against the other's imminent use of unlawful force. Imminent use of unlawful force. A person is justified in using force that is intended or likely to cause death or great bodily harm only if that person reasonably believes such force is necessary to prevent death or great bodily injury to himself or to prevent the commission of a forceful felony. Reasonable belief. One thing you have to have is a reasonable belief. It's not what the defendant says he believed. It's based on what persons in the same situation would have believed, thought, and done at that time. Reasonable belief. It's not what he says that he believed at that time. In addition, you've got to have an imminent use of force being used against you. It's got to be immediate. Something had to have been done that was immediate and very imminent at the time. And it's got to be unlawful. What the defendant is saying, when Tony Howard reached out and grabbed him, and now from the stand says, he said, I'm going to shoot you. But that was unlawful. And the judge will charge you about the power of officers to make an arrest in that regard. An arrest may be made for a crime by a law enforcement officer without a warrant if the offense is committed in such officer's presence or within the officer's immediate knowledge, the offender is endeavoring to escape, or for other cause there is likely to be a failure of justice for want of a judicial officer to issue a officers can make an arrest if they have probable cause to believe if the offense happened and it happened within their immediate knowledge, or the offender is endeavoring to escape, or for other situations. And the judge will basically also charge you that a peace officer may use deadly force to apprehend a suspected felon when the officer reasonably believes the suspect possesses a deadly weapon or any object, device, or instrument which, when used offensively against the person, is likely to or did result in serious bodily injury. If the officer reasonably believes that, under those circumstances, they have the power to use deadly force, actually. Not just reaching out, but actually using deadly force. In addition, they can use deadly force when the officer reasonably believes that the suspect poses an immediate threat of physical violence to the officer or others. That's another circumstance when they can use deadly force to make an arrest. And lastly, when there's probable cause to believe that the suspect has committed a crime involving the infliction or the threatened infliction of serious physical harm. Serious physical harm. Putting someone in the back of the trunk, tied up with zip ties, duct tape around their face and head, and covering their head, after holding them at gunpoint, and making threats to them about what they'll do to them and to their mother, is a matter of infliction as well as the threatened infliction of serious physical harm. And in that instance, Tony Howard would have been justified in using deadly force. In using deadly force. That's not what he did. That's not what he did. In order for the defendant to be, for them to even raise this, there has to be unlawful force. And that didn't happen. Because everything that Tony Howard did was justified. The judge will tell you also, a person is justified in using force as intended or likely to cause death or great bodily harm only if he reasonably believes that force is necessary to prevent death or great bodily harm to himself. Reasonably believes to prevent force, death or great bodily harm to himself. The judge will charge you about excessive force, and he'll tell you in doing that, in that instance there, the use of excessive or unlawful force while acting in self-defense is not justifiable, and the defendant's conduct in this case would not be justified if you find that the force used exceeded that which the defendant reasonably believed was necessary to defend against the victim's unlawful force, which would not have been unlawful in this instance anyway. You can't use too much force to do anything. The judge will charge you further in this instance here. A person is not justified in using force if that person initially provokes the use of force against himself with the intent to use such force as an excuse to inflict bodily harm upon the victim there. You can't initially provoke it. His reasons for going from the passenger side to the driver's side of Tony Howard's patrol vehicle, running away from Tony Howard, this person he perceived as some sort of threat. And his manner of doing that was to run right by the driver's side. You could not claim self-defense, and you're not justified in any way, if in fact you initially provoked the use of force against yourself with the intent use force against that victim. And the law goes further. And it says here, a person is not justified in using force if that person is attempting to commit, is committing, or is fleeing the commission or attempted commission of a felony. If they are committing or attempting to commit a felony, or if they are fleeing the commission or attempted commission of a felony, they are not justified in any way in using force whatsoever. And the judge will charge you that kidnapping with bodily injury, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, armed robbery, aggravated assault with intent to rob, aggravated assault, and hijacking motor vehicle are all felonies. Each one of them felonies. What happened to John Brooks were felonies. And at that time, he was fleeing the commission of those offenses. And the defendant went on about that when he talked about the bolo that had been put out by these dispatchers. About the men having shotguns and having handguns and being armed. And he brought up many different times, use caution, use caution, use caution. Because he was fleeing commission of those felonies. And the law provides that you're not justified in using force when that happens. Justification. In this regard, too, the judge is going to charge you about a revenge for prior wrong. And the judge is going to tell you a person has a right to defend himself, that we all understand. But a person is not justified in deliberately assaulting another person solely in revenge for a past or previous wrong, regardless of how serious the past or previous wrong might have been, when the episode involving the previous wrong has ended. Such a person is not justified in acting out of revenge by deliberately seeking out and assaulting the wrongdoer. He's under those circumstances there. That's the law. And that's the last major concept I want to cover with you. The defense is alibi and justification. And in that regard, what the law provides about justification, when someone's justified, when they're not justified. And those are the 6 concepts I want to cover with you. The burden of proof, reasonable doubt. The 2 basic kinds of evidence, direct evidence and circumstantial evidence. The credibility of witnesses, parties to a crime. The crime themselves. And lastly, those defenses. All that's important. It's the law upon which we rely. It's not the law on the street. It's a law in this courtroom, in the courtrooms across the United States, upon which we must rely. And the judge will charge you on the law that you would apply. And after the defendant concludes his remarks to you, I'll come back up here and talk to you about the facts and how those facts apply to the law. Thank you.
So you want that podium?
Good afternoon, jury. Well, here we are. Find the moment. You know, it's been a long, grueling ride for all of us since Elvis. Approximately 2 months ago, I talked to you, been talking to you, still talking to you. You know, the same story I got to tell, I started, I'm gonna finish. Started saying, I'm gonna finish the same. Y'all recall in my opening, I was telling y'all that the prosecution is on a rush of judgment motivate our revenge. I also told y'all in this opening, I want to tell y'all why. I didn't tell you I'm just showing up a choir boy. Didn't tell you that. I ain't gonna tell you that. Can't tell you that. Why? Let's go back to the opening. Do y'all recall in the opening, this same guy here, Mr. Malone, told y'all? Jadon Brooks said he wanted a little bag of marijuana for Jamie Hood, a little bag. That's what he told y'all. Y'all remember that? You know, a little bag, I wrote it down. What Jadon Brooks testified to tell y'all? 50 pounds. Even though he told y'all he was just playing. 50 pounds ain't no little bag of marijuana. But that's what he told you. He also told y'all in the opening, Officer Christian was just sitting right there in the middle of that road and Adam Child for no reason. Man, I don't know. I never seen Officer Christian day in my life. Don't know. That's part of my motivation, me representing myself. I work hard. I only got a GED. I ain't been in no law school, and I'm still here standing. Mr. Objection, jury, get out. I just was listening to him quote the law real good to you. He's been a prosecutor probably 30-something plus years, 35, 40 years. And he just quoted to the law. He just quoted the law to y'all real good. Y'all know they're doing a trial here. Hurry up and get y'all out. Now, certain thing. Y'all know today. A rush to revenge. Again, my story don't change. Why? Y'all had a demonstration firsthand of, unfortunately, while I'm here. People like this man here. I'm not making no excuse for myself. I ain't gonna stop. I took the stand after my own mom and my daddy told me don't do it. My attorney don't do it. I still done it. I told y'all in the opening, I'm gonna open up my whole life to you, all my rights and all my wrongs. I meant that. Now, let's talk. Now, my defense is alibi and justification. Let me tell y'all something. When I say justification, I'm in no means saying it's okay to do what I done. We all Americans. I don't care where you go, north, south, east, west. We know these charges ain't good. Y'all good, wholesome people. Y'all ain't using no mess like that. It just ain't y'all. Nobody in America be proud of the charges or justify the charges that I have. I'm not saying my defense is justification to say it's okay. I'm showing you why. Intent. Like I told y'all in the opening, it never was my intent. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm showing you why. As I told you yesterday, I can't make y'all do nothing. Won't try. As I told you yesterday, if you come back with, I'm going to still stand up when you leave and give you respect. And I meant it. Now let's talk about the facts. A lot of evidence I couldn't present to y'all because Mr. Objection here didn't want y'all to hear. Y'all still don't know the whole truth. You still don't know the whole truth. That's what I'm here for. Now, why? Bad history. Played a part in it. Can't tell you with the whole part because look, I'm the one picking up them drugs. Put myself in no position. But I know what led me to do it when I was trying to do good. I'm still mixed emotion about my wrong. Because I feel like I've been cheated out of my life. To the point I walk the faith Del Road, Del said the faith and represent myself. I mean big business about mine, big business. And as I told y'all in the opening, it just ain't about James, it's about prevention. And I continue to say that. because they got to stop right here. It's a saying in life, on the other side of failure is success. Y'all ever heard that? On the other side of failure is success. On the other side of bad is good. How could you know what the good times are? You ain't never experienced the bad. Unfortunately, I done seen the bad, so I know what good is. Am I telling you on the same? No, y'all done heard it. You heard me talking about I wish God wasn't gone 50 pounds. I can't tell you that. My brother was killed. Let's talk. Now, he talked this good law to you. Did y'all know that he wasn't bringing no audio and video camera and show to y'all? Every time I say somebody, he trying to get y'all out of here. Y'all know today? I've been asking for the audio and video camera for years. Won't give it to me. When they killed my brother, police shot my brother and killed him. Me and my family have been asking for the audio and video for years, since 2001, 14 years later. He done looked at it, won't even give it to us. I done found out the hard way how they work. When I say they, I mean some individuals. I'm not talking about law enforcement in general as a whole. I'm talking about the individuals. Y'all know how they take that stand, or I can't recall. How many times y'all hear that? From law enforcement, certified people, they don't know nothing. No written report so you can see nothing off. You saw it and you can't deny it because you seen it with your own eyes. How many times? You probably can't count them, can you? And this coming from a professional. That's why I told y'all in my opening about integrity. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy. That's why I was telling y'all that. Because I know what I was finna get into. Y'all heard me come off track a little bit, but I never did because I didn't respect nobody, put my hands on nobody. And you ain't gonna see it. I'm mad, but I'm under control. How couldn't I be mad on faith and death sentence? How couldn't I? Would y'all be happy you faced the death sentence? Who should be? I'm not happy. I ain't been happy for years. But I'm motivated though. Again, I got a GED. You see me go toe to toe with him and made him wrong several times. I find that's a shame. He ought to be ashamed of himself. Him and his cronies, him and his people at his table. All be ashamed of themselves. I'm just like y'all, born the same place y'all born in. Tony Howard. Met you at the jail. You tell the jury you don't know James. Y'all recall that? He can't recall me, don't know me. Didn't have sex with the preacher's wife. What Mr. Marlin do for him? Take him right to the 50-yard of the University of Georgia football game and call him a hero. Yeah, we'll make this audio and video disappear and you a hero. We ain't gonna tell nobody about the preacher's wife. You a good boy. What the preacher come in and tell y'all? Man of the cloth. Man of the cloth, y'all heard it yourself. You see, the reports he was objecting to, I finally got him in. He done told another officer he's gonna hit him in the head. This is police. What you think he's gonna do to me? They cover up for him. They make it bad for the good officer who's doing the job the right way. Remember I told you in my opening, I respect all people in law enforcement who do the job the right way. Turn on your TV. How can people hate the police? That's humanly impossible. Y'all see it on your TV. Folks marching against the police. Life ain't designed to be like that. It ain't the police. It's the corrupt individual abusing the bad, misrepresenting the police. And you got a corrupt individual like that here gonna tell the jury to get out. So you can't fix the problem. It's a continuing thing. That's why I'm here. When it gonna stop? I got nieces and nephews. I got the kids I was coaching on the football team. He gonna do the same thing. No integrity. Remember I told y'all about integrity and opening? No integrity. Let's look at this alleged phone call recording they got to make. Where the phone at? You see they didn't bring it in. Look at all the evidence right here they brought y'all. What do you say, 1,200 exhibits, and that phone had to change the custody. Y'all don't have it. You still don't have it, and you won't get it. See all the experts he brought to y'all? How many experts did he bring here? Did he bring an expert about that phone and say that Jamie Hood? Did he bring an expert? Did he bring you a phone or an expert? He brought you an expert about a roll of tape, but he wouldn't bring you an expert about this cell phone recording. Then he tell y'all to use common sense. Then he tell you, he want to talk bad about my friend, the guy, he sitting here using it. Then he tell y'all to use common sense. I told you I had the man in trouble. But let's talk about why. So when I say justification, I'm asking y'all to justify what I'm doing, because we know under normal circumstances, man, you don't do no mess like that. I know that. Who don't know it? Who don't? Let's talk about Jadon Brooks. Tony Howard first. We're going to go in order. Man, you done jumped on me and beat me, man. You heard his stepmom come in talking about you bragging about it at the shop. How can you brag about jumping on somebody? What's wrong with you? What the man's stepmama gonna lie for, the preacher gonna lie for? When you got the preacher and your stepmama talking about you while you're going off. This man is gonna go get the preacher and try to get y'all out of the room till you can't leave. Why? Let's look at Jadon Brooks. The guy a drug dealer. As you heard what the officer tell you, he's a known drug dealer. They know he been selling. He's still out there. He even told the police, go up under the garage. I gave Omari Wray a pound of marijuana. It's in his speaker box, and he's still out there. How can you do a man selling drugs and you don't prosecute him? Because he's working for them. Say your son someone named sent CJ to the fed. I didn't know he would tell it, he didn't tell on me. But as I kept doing the research and listen, man, you've been doing this mess, boy. You want to sell dope and you want to game bang. You want to ride the big rims. You want to holler these nigga pussy. You want to holler we slick boys. What he tell y'all? I ain't no slick boy. Y'all see the picture I finally showed y'all? Slick boy under him and the rest of them, Mr. Ray and Kenyon Calvin. The man's a slick boy, man. And he know it, but he want to hide it. Jury, get out the room. Judge, get him out of here. Can't let him hear this. But I'll let you hear this fabricated cell phone of Jamie Hood recording, but I ain't gonna let y'all hear that. I'll let you hear this about Jamie Hood, but I won't show you this audio video of Tony Howard police car. Every time I mention Timothy Hood, Judge, get the jury out of here. We can't let him hear that. See that head just raised when I go talking about Tim. You see how they come up? Old snake. Head come up like old snake. Too hurt, boy. Look at it. I can't talk about Tim. Can't give y'all the details. If you've seen it, you'll be disappointed. This is why I can't talk about it. He told the judge don't let me talk about it. And lawfully they say I can't. So I can't get into the details. I told y'all be legally convicted for a crime on ministry, did 12 years. You know why I couldn't tell you the details? Right here after y'all left out, told the judge I can't do it. And they said lawfully I can't do it. You see that? We'll let you see this, but we ain't gonna let you see that. And you wonder why the man here. These are part of the reason why I'm here, the same old mess. It's not the judicial system, it's the individual who run it. It ain't designed to be ran like this. I kept my composure. Y'all just seen it in board there. Y'all say y'all seen me on coke, getting throughout the courtroom. I ain't get throughout this time then. No, I want to stay here to the very last, to the very end. And I'm proud of myself for doing that too. Y'all heard Jadon Brooks, he don't gang bang. You had Mr. Tayshawn had to come in and say the man was talking about killing. Was it Detective Norris or Jim Fuller and say, yeah, they heard it. They got the video, they heard the man talking about killing the man. Jadon Brooks still on the street, this man talking about killing folks and selling drugs. And he know it. Workforce will let you go out there. Tell on a few folks will let you go out here and kill and sell dope. What do you get integrity at, man? You get one, you got to get off of them. Don't y'all think that? You lock one of them up selling dope, don't you supposed to lock all of them up? You know they selling dope. The man know they selling dope. It's still out there. You see how good he just read them law and statute to y'all? He know the law, but won't follow it. How can you talk about me? Selling the charges. Selling it. But you won't put one-on-one who you know doing it. Been doing it. Why? The man offered me $25,000 to kill Tayshawn. I don't know Tayshawn. What I'm gonna kill him for? But he wanna take this stand and cry to y'all like he don't do no wrong. Did you hear him call me a coward? Did y'all hear him say that? He thought I was a coward? That's why they did me like that, cause James out here coaching the kids. James ain't wearing the big pants off this, but this a coward, he a sucker. We'll go over there and get James because this is an easy win. He slick boy, they pussy, James a pussy. Man come over my mom and them yard at me. I didn't go over there at him. Is it wrong selling drugs? Come on, we all got common sense, we know it. Right? Again, I'm mixed emotion about my drug dealer. For a decade, they worked me for free in prison, a decade plus free labor. And when I get out, I couldn't even get a job and I'm trying. How dare you? I felt like a slave, still feel like one. How dare you work me for free and you tell me when I get out I can't that gonna work? How dare you? That's why I picked up the drug. Was it lawfully right? No, I know that. I know it. Still know it. But don't tell me I can't have nothing. And I'm a grown man, I'm trying to. They got billions, they got millions, they got thousands. How you gonna tell me I can't have nothing? What's wrong with you, man? You support yourself, you support your loved one. Don't tell me I can't. Don't even tell me I can't. I talked to all of you, avoided all of y'all, so y'all had jobs. Or y'all can work, every last one of you. I wonder how y'all feel somebody tell you can't go to work to support yourself and your family. Might not be on the jury, you might be over in Virginia. Come on, man. They tell us America land for the free. Sometimes I feel like they were doing stand-up comedy when they said that. Is a certain class free? But you want to talk about me. Why? What made this man do this mess? It's a mess. It's a mess. Y'all know what the other word for mess is, we say gonna say. Jadon Brooks. What did he tell y'all? He didn't talk to me on that phone the night before March 22nd. We had to play the tape and you heard him say he called me and talked to me about some money. I told y'all I wasn't trying to play them tapes. You make me play that tape, man, you'd had a bad day around here. So, y'all heard it yesterday. I don't have over there, come on out, pussy nigga. 4 guys were with me. I picked up a knife off the table, went out there with it. 2 guys ran across the street with the book bag. Across the street from my mom and them house, where the G-Bag agents showed you he found it at. Did I show y'all? Across the street in the wood. He had the evidence. Who had to show y'all? I did. He wasn't going to show y'all that. I had to show it to you. He misleading you. I'm going to show you the straps in the wood, in the car, but I ain't going to show you these straps in the wood across the mama house, because I don't want y'all to know it was 2 guys with your car. Don't want the jury to know that. Now, like I told you yesterday, I ain't going to disrespect you. But I'm not calling name on the guys I was messing with. They ain't killed the police. What I'm going to be the police for? So I can get my time cut? So I don't go to death row? I got to eat mine. Nasty taste in my mouth, but I got to eat it. Am I happy? No. I'm hurt. I'm mad. I'm sad, but I'm under control. Hurt. Hurt feeling know your life pretty much over with. So, as I told you, this is what I do. When I see the young guys get locked up, I talk to them so they don't end up like me. That's my purpose in life. I have a purpose, I have meaning. That's why I can do what I do. I'm mentally and spiritually free. That's why I can talk to y'all like I talk to you. Why live a life you don't have no purpose, no meaning? Why live if you don't got no purpose, no meaning, man? Why? Why jump on somebody and beat them because you know you got authority, you can do it? Why? I'm a fundamentally sound country boy here today. Just come respect, get you a long way. I'm going to respect you. But I will tell you this and keep it real with you. I got a problem when people go putting their hands on me, you're doing something wrong. Well, I might do something. And how I stay sane in the mind, as long as I ain't started, I can deal with whatever comes my way. As long as I ain't started with you, I can deal with it. You go grab a dog or a cat and twist its tail. Get a dog old puppy and bend their tail, see what he do to you. Get a cat to scratch you. Get a baby, put their ball in their mouth the wrong way and do you like that. It's just nature. Animals, human, we all the same. We just want to be treated with respect. Respect to get us a long way in life. And I'm going to have a formula of respect for anybody. Sometimes I do come out of line, but I do know how to respect. Because you never know what a person would do if you go around disrespecting. Never know that. Disrespecting the wrong one, ain't no telling what might happen. Jadon Brooke come over there disrespecting me. Come on out, pussy nigga, we gonna kill your ass. Did I put him in the trunk? Yeah, I put him in there. We know it ain't politically correct to put nobody in no daggone trunk. We know that. I know it. I was stuck. It would have been nice to call the police, but how can I call the police and I got 50 pounds of marijuana over there? I ain't been calling the police. I ain't been calling. I could have. It would have been nice. It's just the bad part of selling drugs. Everybody, the young guy think it's cool to sell drugs. It ain't cool, man. It's dangerous. They feel like they can get a car with some rim, a cute face, you little fat booty girl. Man, come on, man. It's dangerous, homeboy. Don't do yourself like that. Such thing called the street code. All drug dealers and gang banging officers around this coat room and people know about it. You can't tell the police. I'm pretty sure the judge, he a judge, he got some experience in law enforcement or something. You can't do that. Because you'll be labeled with suspicion, you'll be killed. What Jadon Brooke tell y'all about that gun holster that was in his trunk? Did he tell you that? It was in his trunk, it was in his dash. Look at all these exhibits right here. Did they bring him to show it to you? Did they bring y'all, did Mr. Marlin show y'all that gun holster and he know they had it? Did he show it to you? That gun holster in that phone didn't give it to you. I ain't gonna give y'all this, because this will let Jamie get out. I can't paint Jamie without these evidence. I'm gonna make him disappear. And I changed the custody order on the phone, and it's not right there. 1,200 exhibits, not one phone. Not one expert to talk about this phone. Not one. 1,200 exhibits. Don't we got pictures of that gun holster? Don't we have them? It's not in here so y'all can see it. Don't want nobody to know Jadon Brooker had no gun. A silver and black gun. Jadon even told y'all I didn't even have a gun that day. I had no, you see, it's about intent. Man, I wasn't gonna put you in the trunk, man. What the world are you doing? Didn't even have a gun. With my intent to have no gun on March 22nd, 2011. I'm a convicted felon. Man, I'm gone for 5 years. I would defended myself against Jadon in the best way that I could. What did he tell you? When we put him in the trunk, we told him we wasn't gonna kill him. I ain't gonna kill you, man. Even though he was in the trunk, we know Roma cut AC on you, man. I don't want you smoking back there, man. I ain't trying to kill you. Best thing I thought I could do, take him to his mom house. Me and friends, y'all better get him before he get himself in the trunk. Am I telling y'all to justify and say it's okay to do that? No. I'm just showing you why. I'm explaining what my defense, this is why Jamie did it. Defending himself in the best way I could. Don't make me no malice monster. I didn't know the police were looking for me, Jadon. I was going straight to Sycamore Drive, as I told y'all. That's why I stayed. I had no idea this guy called the police over there. No idea he called the police. That's why we're going to Sycamore Drive. Y'all heard it. Jamie Hood address Sycamore Drive, Cascade. Y'all heard it on the radio traffic. The police know where I stay at. I was going straight home. That show you I didn't know the police were looking for me. I'm going straight home. I'm going to tell you what killed me, and I hate thinking about it. Intent. For years, they done put in the newspaper, I ambushed Officer Christian, I assassinated the man. Malice murder. They got me charged with malice murder on Officer Buddy Christian. I ain't never seen Buddy Christian in my whole entire life. Didn't even know how he looked. I seen him on the news. I ain't never met the guy. So I say to myself, how can I malice murder a man I ain't never seen? Malice slap. Don't nobody. Never seen him. Why? Jamie Hood, why do you shoot Buddy Christian? Why? I got to live with it every day of my life, man. Sometimes I try to block it out, but I just can't. That's why a plea bargain wasn't an option for me. Couldn't live with myself, couldn't look at myself in the mirror. My attorney, we had disagreement, we want this strategy, we're trying to save your life. We're going to do this defense, Jamie. Don't represent yourself, they're going to kick you. And I just politely told him, look, you can save my body, but you'll kill my soul. It hurt to know I done killed a man I ain't never seen in my whole life. That hurt, that boy. You want to know something hurt, you're killing somebody you ain't never seen in your whole daggone life, boy. This is the part where I'm representing myself. But I faked there, baby, want to show you folks about that. It wasn't malice. People say I'm crazy because I'm representing myself, I'm going to death row. Call it what you want. I'm still here standing. I got the prosecutor get the jury wrong. Ain't that going crazy? tell you what, I try to keep off my mind. March 22nd, 2011, I got in the car with the SUV with my brother. He missed that daggone turn. I try not to think about that car. That'll make my mind go places don't need to be going. The man missed the turn. Did you hear? Did you hear the agent? He missed the turn on Sycamore Drive. The man had to make the turn at least one. I would have never seen Tony Howard face if I'd been behind him. I would have went in the first engine when he was seen the man. The police met one never happened. That bothered me greatly to the point I try to stop thinking about it. Man, you had to make the turn, boy. You missed the turn. We had to go there and do that U-turn. Cut through them apartments, and out of all folks in the world, I see a man who done jumped on me before. Tony Howard. Kind of remind me of that movie, Final Destination. Y'all seen that movie? All this stuff happening, you can't stop it. That's what my life reminded me of, that old movie, Final Destination. Just can't stop it. All type bad mishap. You can't stop it. You heard me testify. He was yelling in an irate manner. That's what made the wrong. Man, you already jumped on me before. Here you come again. Let me get away from you. It was that fear. Let me get away from it. You notice throughout the trial, I kept hollering protocol. I know y'all got tired of it. I can see it on your face sometimes. But I had to do it because I want y'all to understand why. I was looking at you. Oh boy, here we go again. But I had to do it, man. I know what I was doing. That's why I cut it short at the end. What time for me to go home today for? The protocol, if you had to follow the protocol, I couldn't have shot him unless I saw shooting on the passenger side of his car. Now that would have been malice. How many officers we had to come in and say they want to do it like him? Y'all heard them. Some of them took the stand, tears coming out their eyes, but still they said, wouldn't have done it like that. Y'all saw it. That's why I kept doing it. They had a protocol in place to keep the officers safe and the citizens safe. This case is a prime example. If you don't follow protocol, something bad will happen. That's why I keep saying, what can we learn from this? I'm pretty sure somebody in law enforcement listening. Police brutality and police misconduct come from people not following protocol. I didn't know I was going to see Tony Howard that day. I didn't know he was going to be yelling in irate mountain. I didn't know I was going to react like that. Didn't know I was going to see you do it. The man got his blue lights. They say he didn't turn them on. They got a camera. They say can't find it. I ain't seen it. Got a radio on his shoulder in his car. Didn't even call it in. What did the GBI agent come in and testify? Y'all heard it? I seen a passion that looked like Jamie Hood. You heard it. I seen a passion that looked like Jamie Hood. And what he tell y'all? Oh no, he didn't see him. He didn't know. That was a hybrid trapped up. He didn't see Jamie Hood. See? No, exactly. And y'all just sitting here and heard yourself. He's still gonna make you say it. Tony Howard know me. I know him. I was out almost 2 years. I got out July 29, 2009. What did this have March 22nd? I wanted to do something Tony Howard could have been done. After him this long, I done seen him. Rock Spring, Paul View. I done seen Tony Howard. I just go the other way when I seen the other. Hey, just go. I don't want no problem. I'm a monster. I'm heartless. I'm a malice murderer. I'm a cop killer. I would not wear that title, cop killer. Under no circumstance, I would not wear that. Other people might call it, but I ain't gonna wear it. I'm not a cop killer. When I see the news for years, they address me as a cop killer, make me go study those books hard so I can get to trial. I'm gonna stop this mess. They putting the camera on me thinking I'm finna act a fool. No, I'm gonna give you something else finna educate you while I'm at it. A lot of folks look for me to do something stupid during trial. Nope, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna take this opportunity to educate so don't nobody end up like me. That's my cause. I told y'all in the open I ain't here for James. That's what I mean. That's why I keep showing you, sir. Y'all look at this, look at this, look at this. Now, as I was running, when I got out the SUV, you heard Tony Howard himself say he didn't see a gun. I didn't have no gun. I'm just trying to run past it. I'm just trying to get away from him. He didn't want to come out the window on me. What officer I've been off for 30-something years, I ain't never come out the window on nobody. I ain't never seen it. He even said, I'm the first one. What they do that at? Y'all need to understand that. Police and people, law enforcement, are human just like everybody else. Sometimes we misconstrue people as machines, police as machines or some robots. People who put on badges are human beings just like y'all. Just because somebody put on a badge, that don't make them exempt from life. Everybody put on a badge don't mean they have to be a good person. But majority of them are. Thank God for that. But we have some corrupt individuals with them badges on. People don't like to acknowledge that. Tony Howard is a prime example. That's why I asked him, do you think you played a role in Officer Chris losing his life? That's why I asked him that. Do you think you played a role in this? You think you had to be a professional, follow protocol, but it still be living? That's what I feel. I don't know what y'all feel, but it was Jamie feel. No, you had to do it. Just do it the right way, man. Am I telling y'all what I did was right? No. How could I? I'm using the defense to show you why. Why? I wouldn't ask you to, hey man, just let me go scot-free. I ain't asking you that. I just want to show you why. Why? I know a lot of people looking, I know that. I hope they can learn. All these drug dealers and gangbangers selling dope, robbing, stealing, killing, and you want to run to the police. No respect for you. Go to church. Put the game down and go to church. If you do dirt and they catch you, you do your time. Do the crime, you do the time. I done my crime, I ain't running from, I got to do mine. I got to do it, whatever it is, I'm going to do it too. 10 toes down as a man. Why? When Tony Howard grabbed the idea, think, well, this the same guy get jumping on it. Here you go. Robert Kelly, even though he was wrong about the running around the car, he seen me snatch away from him. We had the other white guy with the white truck with the cap, Mr. Holloway. The police car I thought come out of Cascade. It did come out of Cascade. He saw it. He the first one down, Officer Christian car in the white truck. He saw it. That was the state witness, wasn't my witness. He saw it. He didn't see a gun in my hand. The gun, it wasn't no intent. The gun wasn't gonna come out. The gun come out when I jerked away from it. I shoot. I looked at the video. I didn't say it on the video during the interview with the police that night. That's why I want y'all to see that audio and video so y'all can see mine, can see me. Hear me. That's why I played the videotape for you, Officer Howard Carr. The camera, it was important because it worked. You can hear and you can see it. Every time I think about that camera, it hurts me because I think about my brother Tim. I'm still waiting to see the audio and video when they killed my brother. He was younger than me. What you looking at the judge for? You see that? Some there don't want nobody to see. Y'all see that? Sometimes it hurt me. I asked my mama why y'all ain't been done it. My mama said they gave me a blank video. You mess folks up to the point. I heard that. Don't let them leave like they done me to my brother. Why? It was a history. When I took off running down the street, Officer Christian was coming up the street. Mr. Holloway said the police were coming at it. It wasn't buddy. It was that bad history I had. Got police don't follow protocol. It wasn't buddy. I ain't never saw you. I'm running out of fear. It wasn't buddy. Buddy Christian ain't never did nothing to me to make me feel. The call was coming at me. His co-worker, Tony Howard, provoked him. Coming through the window. Why you just didn't grab the radio and say, hey, I got a visual on this jungle foot. Y'all were requesting backup. Ain't want to do that. I'm Tony Howard. I wear a badge. I'm above protocol. I'm above the law. I can kill this nigga out here, kill him all, and help me cover it up. I can kill one of these minority niggas out here because this prosecutor killed mom and helped me cover it up. That's what I feel. We'll make audio and video disappear. Y'all can do what y'all want to do out here. You got on the badge. That's why it's important for me to come back here and tell people why it wasn't buddy. I'm running down the street with a gun in my hand in the middle of the street. The car was coming at me like this here. He stopped. When he went like that, did I see a gun? No. Don't let them leave like they done me, and I shot in the man's car. It wasn't buddy. It was that bad history that invoked that fear. I had 8 more rounds. If I wanted to malice kill Officer Buddy Christian, I would have kept shooting it. I didn't malice to kill him. I want to tell his family I didn't malice to kill Buddy. I didn't know it. That's why my letter I told their family I met him at the wrong place at the wrong time. It never was my intent. It happened so fast. Boom! What did G-Guy man say? 28 yards. And I'm running. Whoa! Boom! Can't take it back. It reminds me of this saying, you ain't guaranteed tomorrow. This case let me know, man, you walking around out here, boy, you better be right, because you can leave here any time, and you don't even know. That's what it reminds me of. That's why you better be the best person you can be and enjoy your loved one while you can, because you never know when your time will be. Then when I think about Buddy, that would make me think about a lot of different stuff in life. The man got on a police vest, the bullet that killed him went up on his vest. Up under it. What is this? think about the dude all the time. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I told you in opening, I heard my brother Tim when I was in prison, I seen him. He looked just like himself. They done me wrong, bro. They done me wrong. I seen him in prison. I had an interview with some psychiatrists. I told them about it. The judge ordered a psychiatrist to see me. Man, this man, something ain't right with him. He won't sit there in this courtroom. We got to check this guy out. I told him about it. I'm going to tell y'all something that don't tell nobody. I was waiting till the right time. I had no vision of my brother when I was in Putnam State Prison. That's when I seen my brother after killing him. Looked just like himself, vision looked just like him. I had a vision again when I was in Barrow County Jail. I had to just did one time, man. I seen Buddy Christian. He had on his police uniform, and he looked like he did on the news. He said, make sure you tell my family the truth. He disappeared. I ain't seen him no more. It's bad. That's why I'm here. Happened so fast, didn't have time. Man, I don't know you, man. I kept running. Swim across the river. Don't know how I got past. I got Miss Lumpkin Carter. Is it wrong, y'all? We know it's not right to take nobody's car. I did that, keep from killing me. I got to get away. She took the stand. She told y'all she don't think I was trying to hurt her, man. I wasn't trying to hurt that lady. She told y'all, I said, do you think I was trying to hurt you? She said no. I had 8 more rounds in that gun. I could have killed her if I was selfish so she couldn't come to court and point me out. Maybe a higher power allowed me to keep my life and educate myself to come here and talk to you. Might be something greater than what we can see here. I don't know. I'm sleeping in the wood. I told you, I come up on the police. Stop, look me right in my face. If I was a cop killer, I'd shot and killed him. The state trooper, whoever he was, March 22nd, 2011, I'm the dude with the polo shirt. When you stop looking at me on Aggie Road, this Jamie Hood you were looking for, I'm the guy. At the Clark County police car come right behind me, stop, do the same thing. I could have pulled it going out. It'd have been just like the first time, man. You wouldn't have had a chance. Irritate me when I look at the new cop killer Jamie Hood trial. Irritate me. Irritate me. Cop killer. I'm coaching football and these kids see this here. I never tell a kid to go kill a cop. Never. Never tell a kid to go out there and kill nobody or sell no drugs. Don't want you to be like me, homie. Want you to be better than me. That's how I feel. I come back around through the woods late on that night, the 2 police sitting across the street from my mama house. Man, I'm right behind you with a gun, homeboy. March 22nd, 2011, whoever Athens Clark County had out there right across the street from my mama and them house. By the grace of God, man, them folks still living, man. Found the cop killer, what could have done? Nothing. What could you could have done? I'm behind and don't even see me in the dog. What could you could have done, man? Nothing. Turn around, walk off. I sleep up on this Ford truck and this cardboard box, man, before I shoot you, man. I rode the bike, as I told you, Spring Valley Road, way over there to Creekstone. Well, to Freeman Drive first, Darius Lanier, let's talk about this guy. You got it into evidence. The man wrote this man a letter talking about, you dropped my charge, I testify for you. Y'all got it? You didn't see the letter? I read off this thing to him, the one said he'll kill me right here in front of you. Why you want to kill me when you write the prosecutor talking about you want to show up on me? Y'all got it? You gonna read it? Read it again. Drop my charges. I come to court and get you your conviction. James ain't asking no free ball, and James ain't telling nobody. Why you doing it? We all out here doing the same thing, homeboy. What you want to be police now for? Why? I'm not here to ask you to let me go. I'm here to tell you why. Y'all grown. You make your own decision, man. I ain't asking you to let me go. I'm here to tell you why. Creekstone, the latest hospital. I've been knowing they've been riding in my car. What the man say, they dope. We've been known each other through drugs and all this. The folks scared. People always ask me, man, you hate them folk now, they scared. Either you gonna come to court and testify on Jamie Hood, or you going to jail for harboring the future. We know y'all were helping this nigga over here. That's why we gonna wait so long. We finna kill y'all niggas over here. We got all of your background. We know y'all know Hood. Y'all leaving the daggone house and coming back. Y'all ain't no daggone hostage. He going to sleep with the gun. Y'all heard Matt Dress say he was asleep. Sick grown folks there, you mean you ain't gonna get the gun and he sleep? What couldn't Rich tell y'all? I ain't talking to nobody on their phone. What the man come in yesterday, you texting your uncle, man. But he told y'all he didn't use no phone to text. Right there on the oath, and he knew he was lying. Let him done it. What else couldn't Rich tell you? He gave his phone to an agent that night. But the agent come in and say, took it from his girlfriend. He told y'all he come out the house and gave his phone to an agent. That's a lie, and he been know it. And let it stand uncorrected. I got all type of bullets in the house. Y'all got it in the evidence. If I want to kill them folks, y'all know I could have. Why did I have to beg to turn myself in? They still irritate me about that, doesn't it? Can't get it off my mind sometimes. I still hear it sometimes. I had to literally beg. Threaten to kill somebody, got to talk stupid to get you to get the cameras over here. I wonder if they families over there, how long it would have took them to get them cameras over there. Mr. Hood, we'll be right there, Mr. Hood. Just give us 10 or 15 minutes, Mr. Hood. We'll be right there. Mr. Hood, don't do nothing stupid, Mr. Hood. We'll be right there. Now, don't hurt nobody, Mr. Hood. We'll be right there. Nah, there's some niggas in here. We don't need niggas to help you. I feel like I'm sitting in a race to tape because that's what I felt like it was. That's what I felt like it was. You heard the 13-year-old come in and tell y'all, wouldn't read the Mandrill horse so we can get more than 50,000. Do y'all recall that? They were telling me we can get more than 50,000. I turned myself in when I seen the man, mom, and dad on TV. I found out he was a deacon because they were talking about him on TV. I seen his mom and dad. It made me think about my mom and dad. I seen my mom and dad cry when the police killed my brother. I seen the same hurt in the man's face and the woman's face. They were hurt. I saw it. Still see it. My mama still hurt. I got to turn myself in, man. They got the kid can't go to school. They didn't know where I was. I'm looking at them on TV, dude, and we smoking marijuana. We can get more than 50,000. You heard Quentin Ridden when I asked him, did you come out and talk to the media at night? Jamie didn't do no harm and treated her like family. Now, Jamie, you can record me killing somebody. Now you're hostile. It's called fear. You see what he did to Mr. Terrence Locker? Man, I don't want to testify. You see what he did to him, made him do it. George, tell him, George, tell him. How you gonna make somebody testify when they tell you you don't want to? Y'all saw it with your own eyes. I ain't lying. You sat there and saw it. Now you testify now. What is this? People don't want to testify. It's the fear. You see that to make somebody fear. You see my brother Matthew? That man see he lying on camera still doing it because he thinking they're going to give him more time. My own brother, scared of him. Scare big brother, Mr. Moore. I'm going to take the stand and see, can you scare me? That's how I felt. That would have made me feel like, yeah, I'm going to take this stand, throw your best punch at big brother. See if I ask for a plea bargain. See if I run. I personally don't respect it, but I'm going to respect him professionally. No respect for him personally. Don't, boy, you and Tony Howard make it bad for people like Buddy Christie. That's how I feel. Because only God knows, and I know why I done this. And this is my feelings. Some people tell me you shouldn't talk a certain way, the jury might find you guilty. As long as they find me guilty and I'm myself, I deal with and live with it. I ain't trying to make y'all do nothing. I can't. I'm just here to tell you why. I could have did the mental incompetent defense my attorney wanted me to do. Now they drove me up and I couldn't tell them folks, man. I got to just do this defense here. That's why I'm choosing these defense so I can come in and talk. Delusion, composure. I heard my brother, I could have done that defense lawfully. My attorneys know they tried to get me to do it. I said, no, I'll be drugged up and I couldn't say that. They'll get away. I can't do that. I just gonna do it myself. Because they got away. He might convict me, but a lot of people see what he is. Some people might come investigate it. That's why I kept saying stuff. I told the judge, I know what I was wrong. I was saying it because I want the camera to see him. I want y'all to see him. Somebody look at this guy and the rest of them. Y'all look at this. That's all I was doing. Somebody look at this. Y'all look. Young Mr. Malone, I told him I know what I was doing, making them comment when y'all had to leave. I was trying to tell you something. Oh, no, look, y'all. That's what I was doing, screaming, help, no, look, get out. Well, y'all had to hear some of this stuff, y'all. You'll be disappointed. Y'all heard what you couldn't hear when you went back down. It wasn't me telling you get out. Look, how many times? Some he didn't want y'all to see. And you can't see it, and I can't tell you because the judge said I can't tell it to you because y'all ain't got the whole truth, man. You ain't got the whole truth. Yeah. Y'all just got a little bit of it. You ain't get the whole thing. Because you couldn't hear it lawfully. Also, objection sustained. Objection sustained. But that camera got it. They ain't get away. They might have got away from the jury, but they ain't get away from society. Somebody see. I'm not asking y'all to let me go. I'm not. How could I? How could I? I can't ask you to let me go. Might set a bad example, y'all let me go. So more folk go kill the police. Jamie got away with it, we can get away with it. Can't do it. I'm just here to tell you why, so it won't happen again. Can't ask you to let me go. I choose my defense so I can come in and tell my story. Even though I ain't mean to kill Buddy, I got to pay for my role in that. And I'm not asking you to let me go either. Now, for Mr. Omari Wray, I didn't kill Mr. Wray. Did not do it. I never was a suspect in that case before. Before March 22nd, I never was a suspect. Never was a suspect. Brought the witness in, never saw Jamie, never saw a Cadillac, no fingerprints. No fingerprints, no gun. No eyewitness, it wasn't never Jamie, it wasn't a Cadillac, it was a rare suspicion Mazda, they told the police. It wasn't a gold Cadillac. Wasn't a gold Cadillac. The pallbearer, Quentin Reed said I was a pallbearer. How can I be a pallbearer, man? The man mama didn't say I was toting her son. I got the obituary. Sent my investigator to get it. I tried to get in, but I couldn't get it in. I wasn't no daggone pallbearer, but I was at his funeral though. Oh, you got your alibi from them. Hey, went and cut my nephew's house, walked up to my cousin's house, and come back and play the Xbox and watch a little game with the McDonald's. I can't make y'all do nothing. Y'all went and asked in Georgia with me that night. Mr. Martin didn't see me what I was doing that night. Only somebody know what I was doing with God and me. I'm really tired of talking. I talk a lot and I've been talking for days. But I just want to let y'all know why. And I am not asking you to let me go. But I want y'all to know I'm not, it wasn't malice. It wasn't over no intent. It was that fear and that bad history that cost Buddy Christian his life. I'm mad because y'all don't give them other evidence. Y'all don't got the whole story. Because they took it from me, like they've been doing me. They need to stop before they make somebody do some mess they ain't got no business doing. I appreciate y'all coming, sacrificing time out your life. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to tell you myself I forgot, but you know, y'all done heard enough to know what you want. And Jamie asked you to let me go. I just want to tell you why. And I want to let Officer Christian know I didn't maliciously murder your son, man. Like I told him that night, how could their family be happy with me? They can't be. Man, you done killed my son, man. I love my son, man. You hurt me. My mama feel the same way. When the police, they ain't no different. The skin color might be different, but we all people. How can they be happy with me? How? They can't be. I done read they victim impact. Man, society understand you, man. Can't be mad at you. It's only natural emotion. Can't be mad with the man or his wife or the family. They hurt. It's just natural. So he can get up here and do it rain down, but I done my work on him. I done planted my seed, and they gonna grow. I really appreciate y'all listening. I work hard to tell y'all what I told you. And regardless of how y'all do that thing, I wish you the best in your life. And I hope you and your loved one don't have to go through what I'm going through. I see what I'm saying.